I'm a big fan of free speech advocates. We're going to go to Lara Logan at the end of this thing. Guys, it is worth waiting for if you care about free speech and journalism. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. We're here in like this hidden compound trying to hide in plain sight. Thank you for watching. I hope you've subscribed. Of course, send a super chat. That all helps us get the truth out from Radio Free America. Hey, here's Kamala Harris on 60 Minutes. This is going somewhere. Just watch.
You recently visited the southern border and embraced President Biden's recent crackdown on asylum seekers. And that crackdown produced an almost immediate and dramatic decrease in the number of border crossings. If that's the right answer now, why didn't your administration take those steps in 2021?
I'm cutting her off because this is not about that interview. This is about why did 60 Minutes suddenly ask Kamala Harris the first tough question of her entire run for president. This is the first media outlet to give her difficult questions. And I believe this Whitaker guy is amazing. And my hat's off to him, okay? Not to 60 Minutes, they're scum. I'm going to show you how they edited this interview that ought to make you angry. But still, even 60 Minutes is doing better than any other liberal outfit. Whitaker now, if he went and interviewed President Trump and just hit him hard as he hit Kamala Harris, I'd go, at least that's fair. But now, this is why Kamala Harris did so bad at that. Look at her normal interviews that she gets from Steve Colbert.
What is it that is, to coin a phrase, great about America and that kindles your love for it?
There's so much. There's so much.
Now, see, he's not acting like a comedian. He's acting like he's a journalist. But he asked a question like that. What do you love about America? Are you kidding? Do you know he'd ask Trump? He'd ask Trump, like, how many women did you abuse this week? Now, because of that, Kamala Harris goes into every interview totally unprepared because her brain is mush, because she's never exercised. It's like resistance training with weights. The way you get stronger is by being resisted. She's never had resistance from journalism. This is the first time. So she's weak. She's flabby. She can't even do the little 5-pound dumbbells, the ones that are made of plastic that are bright colors for the women's aerobic classes at the YMCA. Oh, I'm giving away too much information.
Quarter of registered voters still say they don't know you. They don't know what makes you tick. And why do you think that is? What's the disconnect?
It's an election bill. And
you stupid space cadet. The reason why people don't know her is because the media has never been allowed to ask her tough questions. This is going to be a total self-immolation. The media has hoisted itself on its own petard. The Democrats that wanted to go easy on her to get her elected, it backfired on them. Totally backfired. The people don't believe them, and now they can't drag her across the finish line. She's too heavy of a drag.
I take it seriously that I have to earn everyone's vote. This is an election for president of the United States. No one should be able to take for granted that they can just declare themselves a candidate and automatically receive support. You have to earn it. And that's what I intend to do.
Yeah, well, good luck. If she called it out going, I got to earn this thing, well, then you need to lose. Now, this is the question that 60 Minutes gave to her on Israel. This is her original answer, which is a giant long word salad. And then we'll play you the edited version.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
She's going to say nothing. I say nothing, though I'm talking and my mouth is moving. No information is coming out on the subject. It's meaningless gobbledygook. Now, they tighten that answer up. So now when he asks the question, she doesn't come back with a, hey, Bill. They cut it in at a different point, way after all that word salad, to make her sound tighter. That's not Whitaker's fault, the guy that asked it. That's the editor and the people that run 60 Minutes did this. They are anti-journalism, and we're going to come after them hard on this one, or Lara Logan is. You'll see, guys. It's the end of free speech, and it's going to be the end of America, the end of freedom, if these people get away with this kind of censorship.
Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Okay, so that's her tighter answer. 60 Minutes, fine. At least they put up something about Kamala Harris. I'm so proud of them even for doing that. Like, you're so used to the media just being stupid. They throw you one little bone like this interview, and I'm jumping for joy at 60 Minutes going, this is miraculous. This is amazing. It's the first free speech thing I've seen. Here's Lara Logan. She's one of my journalistic heroes. I can't even tell you how high of a regard I hold her. And I almost get teary-eyed as a free speech advocate. She's the one, when she was inserted in Iraq and Afghanistan, she's the one that got gang attacked. And you know what I mean by gang attacked? By 200 men. Remember, they dislocated both of her arms. And it's the worst that you can think of. It happened to her. So she has given at the office. She's done her duty as a journalist, and she is a hero. If you don't know about her, listen to her. Lara Logan.
I worked at the highest levels of the media as a full-time correspondent for 60 Minutes, chief foreign correspondent for CBS News, chief foreign affairs correspondent for CBS News. That was my home for 16 years. And yet for almost a decade, I have been targeted and falsely branded and accused of many things that I did not do. They have attacked my work, my character, my sanity, and my marriage. And I am not alone. We are many.
So she's defending us, those of us who cover the news. And I'm just a news entertainer, but she is protecting me. And you can tell, because she went through that gauntlet, that crucible in Iraq and in Afghanistan. She does not mess around with people and does not mince words. And they've come after her and attacked her and her marriage and her career because she's a truth teller. They're scum. She's a hero. Remember, all these feminists that we want strong women, proud women, strong media women, big women. This woman got completely eviscerated for being strong enough to tell the truth about any number of subjects.
And we will not give up, and we will not give in. It's important to all of us, because of everything discussed today, that we address the vital principles and values that exist really only in the United States of America. And that said, these are the worst of times for the media in this country.
We've never had more media, and it's never been worse.
We live in the age of information warfare, where propaganda is not simply a weapon, it is the entire field of battle.
So now we're all just dealing with propaganda because there isn't actual journalism going on anymore. And I love that quote too.
This is a war for our minds that is aided by advanced technology. And we have never been here, not in all of human history. It is a moment when we as journalists should stand together. And regardless of politics, we should fight for the truth, and we should fight for freedom.
And she's calling out the journalists that went after Tucker Carlson for interviewing Putin, that she said they should be heralding him and standing with him. And instead, all of the major institutions came out and attacked Tucker Carlson. Every major media outlet attacked the interviewer for getting an interview.
This was more than a politically motivated attack on one man. It was a betrayal of the most sacred principles of a free press. And my media colleagues know this to be true, no matter what they say. My fear is that they either no longer care or that they lack the moral courage to be honest, including with themselves.
So my question to you, the audience, do you think that big media doesn't care, or do you think that they lack the moral courage? Is it apathy or cowardice? I think cowardice is far more common.
Media companies, institutions, and journalism schools have failed all of us. And for too long, we have allowed nonprofit organizations to masquerade as nonpartisan media watchdogs, when in fact they are little more than highly paid political propagandists and assassins whose entire reason for being is to crush anyone who stands in their way.
This is why I'm putting this out on YouTube. I don't think this is going to get covered by anybody else. And I just think what she said is the most important. We have to maintain the free speech. And here she's going to go into the why. All of our minds are at stake.
And along with them, the long-held and cherished ideas of free speech, free thinking, and free minds. This is a blood sport for them. Their political allies and their puppet master. They know how to kill a journalist without murdering them. We call it cancel culture. In truth, it is a death sentence. And they get away with it because they have information dominance. That's
what happens is the fact checkers come after you. This channel gets reported all the time only by Democrats. It's never by a Republican. only by liberals, will report us all the time. And they get taken away. And that's just the way it goes. That's part of, I've just learned how to survive that way. But I'm telling you right now, they're doing it. I hope you'll give a super chat. I hope you'll leave a comment. You can donate to my PayPal, whatever. But I'm here no matter what. I'm not going anywhere. I'll just keep popping up doing my free speech thing because of people like Lara Logan gave much worse. She's been treated much worse than I ever could be. So it's easy for me, guys, and it's fun for me to do. So don't get me wrong, but I'm just telling you, people going like, Doug, what makes you tick? Why do you keep getting punched out and knocked down? You keep coming back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm a free speech patriot. I'm going to keep showing up. If I disappear here, show up somewhere else.
These nonprofits that I'm talking about are part of a vast censorship network that includes government agencies. They use deception to mask their actions with lofty goals like preventing the spread of misinformation, disinformation, hate speech. They use phrases like protecting democracy. And make no mistake, words matter. While propaganda and censorship are not new, technology means unprecedented power and reach in the hands of a few.
So all of the people who are going after misinformation right now, they're all Democrats. I've been doing videos on them all week. Hillary Clinton, John Kerry, Kamala Harris have actually voiced it. Bill Gates, they're going, what are we going to do about this free speech thing? It's a huge problem. Tim Walz has actually articulated it, saying you don't have a right to misinformation, what they call misinformation, what they call lies, what they call anything the other party believes.
When the founding fathers put freedom of speech first, it was not by chance, it was by design. The rights that followed were in part created to protect the First Amendment. Without it, they knew that freedom itself would perish.
And so we're here to keep freedom itself alive. We're going to keep talking.
We are once again watching the lights of freedom. They're going out here and all over the world. And it is up to us to determine if they will be lit again, ever.
Yeah, they're staying lit right here as we speak. Thank you for listening, watching all the way to the end, guys. That's how this works. Now you've been informed. I'm Doug in exile.